Oh. So I wanted to do this one on pain because it's been a big part of my life, and pain comes in many forms. It comes in physical, and it comes in emotional, psychological even. But it's all tied together. I've talked about recently how the neurology, the muscle, the emotion, they're all tied together and they all feed each other. I.e., an emotion can trigger a sense of confidence, it can trigger a sense of happiness or a sense of sadness. And that can have a physiological response. We can seize up or we can open up. We can have energy or we can lose our energy. We can become crippled by anxiety. It's powerful. We have to consider it when we're considering pain. But back to pain, and I guess it was just a realisation I had last night. I'd picked my daughter up from forest school and I was getting her ready. So to get her in the car, you've got to get all these layers off. So forest school's like nursery, but it's outside. She loves it. It's dead cool. I highly recommend it to anyone who has kids of that age. It's just a different experience for them. Getting them outside like we used to. And I'm taking all these layers off. I'm squatting down. I'm bending down. I'm putting her in. None of it bothered me. And it hasn't for a while. But for a number of years it did. When I was really bad and I was really injured, I couldn't even put my kid to bed without fear, without a lot of anxiety, without really overthinking every bit of the movement. Taking my kid upstairs. It was bad with my back, and then I had the knee up as well, and it was even more so. I actually nearly did my knee carrying my lad upstairs when I completely forgot about the knee, and I really hurt it. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it was just all these things that I should be able to do as dad. I couldn't. I remember my friends came to help me move gyms, and I put a lifting belt on, and I was second guessing every movement. I was second guessing everything that I did. I just felt like a liability. These people were giving all the time to help me, and I felt like I couldn't even help myself. I felt useless. I felt like a shell of who I was. And I was managing the pain, the physical pain, with heat packs and TENS machines and self-release and all these gadgets I bought. I was doing all these exercises. I was seeing specialists, peptides, CBD, berms I would make myself with loads of different things in that I'd researched. I was doing everything. But my world was just getting smaller and smaller. I just had no confidence in myself. I felt like an absolute... I don't even know what I felt. I think I just numbed myself. I just numbed myself to it. And I think that's what happens. You become numb. You just numb yourself physically and emotionally just to try and gain some respite. And again, I was just all these things I wanted to do and I thought I was going to do. It was like they were just going. And the world was just getting to this little ball of tension. That's what I became. And it's why I'm so passionate about helping people understand pain and understanding what I can do to help people out of it. I'm trying to pick up as many tools as I can. It's why I'm now studying psychology, because a big part of my journey has been going through the psychology of it, going through those emotional responses I had to pain. I did a post last night where I was talking about even after I was moving again, I was lifting quite a bit of weight, I was still so tense and tight, and I was still pretty useless. And I feel a little twinge, and it just send off this process where I just get dead heightened anxiety, and I get straight down the floor in the middle of the living room, just start stretching, trying to pop me back or do it in the gym, wherever I was. And I started doing self-release. Sometimes I have my tools with me, I start releasing myself, and I panic. Now, sometimes I get distracted and it would break it, and then other times it wouldn't. And I'd seize up, and the next day I would be stiff and tight because of it. And it took me a long time, years, to work through that. Years to reconnect myself. Because again, that's what was locking me. It weren't just the physical stuff. It was the emotional stuff and the psychological stuff that was stopping me. It was stopping me because it was stimulating those responses, but it was also stopping me doing what I needed to do to get better. It was stopping me from facing the things I needed to face. It was stopping me from just looking and going, you know what, you're shit at all these things. You're this guy who's meant to be fit and strong. You've had this gym, you've been this leader of this team, and you're pathetic. You're a mess. I remember Alfie got rushed to hospital, and the last words I heard on the phone were, we're losing him. And the doctor had the defib out and stuff like that. He just overheated and shut down, but we didn't know that. And the doctor didn't know that, apparently. And they called an ambulance. So I started running. And I can't. I'm at my strongest at this point. I just couldn't. I was like, oh, right, walk fast. I couldn't. I was getting a stitch. I couldn't even get to the hospital. I got there. But you know, I was just like, what's this? And it was things like that I hadn't faced. I'd kind of had and sort of responded to it, but not enough. I hadn't taken on board just how important my role as a role model is to my children. And now, you know, like last night, my kids bugged me, could go to the gym, could do that, you know, we've been on a walk with dog, he's running with me, he's racing me home from school. That's what it should have been all the time, and it wasn't, even though I was this fit, healthy guy. Some of it was because I was too busy at the gym and I weren't there enough. Some of it was because I just weren't that guy anymore, that guy I was pretending to be. I was wearing this costume of muscle, you know, and strength that I put on Instagram. But the rest of the day weren't. The rest of the day I just was pretty useless. I always joke about that, but it's painfully true and embarrassingly true. And that's what I'm now trying to get back to, and what I feel like I am getting back to more so than I ever have. By spending a year of just working on the little stuff and getting fitter and getting more mobile and restoring my ability to move, to jump, yeah, I feel well better. Move better, emotionally I'm better, psychologically I'm better. Doesn't mean it's not difficult, and again, going back to the emotional stuff, I've had to, you know, face some stuff. Like this morning, you know, I'm walking in and I'm just thinking about, I was so closed off. I really struggle with first interactions with people, really struggle with it. So I really struggle to open up initially. But then I crave that connection. I want to connect with people. I want to share me with people. I want to, you know, it just takes me a little bit to get to know you because I've been hurt that much in the past by, you know, just life. That, you know, I didn't have many friends growing up, and some of it was my own fault because I didn't know how to behave, and so that's from the life, some of it's from probably just within. But yeah, every time I seem to open up and trust people, I'd get let down, you know. I had like friends who arranged for me to be jumped. I had friends who egged my house. I had, you know, would play pranks on me, mean ones on me. Ones who I feel like if they'd have pushed me to kill myself, they'd have probably got a kick out of it. That's how it felt. I said that out loud, but yeah, that is how it felt. So yeah, I do struggle. I struggle, but I want to. And that's why I do. And sometimes I overshare as a result. But then what happens as well is, as I do start to build connections with people, I shut them down. Because I'm scared of getting hurt again, and I get anxiety. I get like physical tension. It's like when I'm moving forward in my life, it gives me anxiety and tension when things are going good because of that. And that's just a realisation I had this morning. But that's also a cause of, you know, anxiety. It's a cause of tension. It's a cause of pain. I need to work through that and understand it. Right, we'll leave it there, but I just wanted to just give a deeper insight into pain and sort of, I guess, the research I'm doing and the self-reflection I'm doing as well. And, you know, if this connects with you and you want to talk about it a little bit more, yeah, get in touch. I'm really interested in knowing about other people's understanding of this and perception of this and whether they've had similar things.